The final battle is here. Do SimoCube's active pedals make me faster than my beloved ImSim Talentos? Find out right here, right now. Greetings Romy, you're watching RomRom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and welcome to Simple Tips, our guides to sim racing. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more, our patrons. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. You've seen our video about the SimoCube Active Pros, I suppose, and if not, the link is up there. Pause this video, watch that one, and come back. In it, I said I was not sure if the SimoCube Pros made me faster than my everyday pedals, the extraordinary ImSim Talentos, which opened a conversation within the team on how do we go about testing if they really make me faster or not. Well, of course, by comparing them to my day-to-day system. Now, you may be asking yourself how pedals can make you faster, but one thing every race driver learns quite soon is that the real magic lies in how you handle the pedals and how you use them to move your car around. That's why any kind of pedals that allow us to be precise in our inputs may make us faster. But do the SimoCubes really make me faster than my beloved ImSim Talentos? And if so, how much better are they? How much faster do they make me? Let's find out. One big difference the SimoCube Active Pros have compared to any other set of pedals, as we said in their review, is that you can change their configuration and their force feedback, including any details via the tuner software. I searched for 2 pedal profiles included in the SimoCube software and a sim that could give me the 2 cars the SimoCube profiles were made for out of the box. I wanted no mod and nothing but the direct experience from the sim to the pedals. After some searching, I decided to use Charlie Martin's profile for the Lamborghini Super Trofeo on Spa, which is a very specific profile, and Tony Kanon's generic profile for modern Indy cars. Both cars can be found on Automobilista 2, even if the Indy cars are not called that. Why Automobilista 2? Because force feedback and physics are excellent in this sim, because it has both cars and because I'm quite accustomed to how it feels, although the 1.6 version changed a lot, so I had to relearn a bit. And because I like the flow of the track and I'm quite accustomed to it, I'll be driving the IndyCar on Road America. I just love the track. It's great to drive, has a mix of fast segments as well as technical ones, and it's one of my favorite races to watch of the IndyCar season. For sure a workout for my legs and for the pedals. Also, to make the results comparable, I won't be using VR but drive both pedal sets on Pancake. You see, on my test rig I don't have VR set up, and in any case the different GPUs I have on each could have made a difference in VR, as minimal as I think it would have been. For a week I'll be driving on my rig, which is comprised of a SimoCube, Sport, Base and Talento pedals, doing hot laps for about 30 minutes and writing down the best times for every day. Then I'll jump to my test rig with a SimoCube Active Pedals Pro and the Camus 15 Nm and do the same for another week. Yeah, I know, due to the difference in wheelbase, the test with the Talentos will have a slight advantage, but I've set up the SimoCube wheelbase so precisely on my everyday rig, I'd hate to lose all of that. So bear with me, as I don't think the difference in wheelbase will make a lot of difference. Also, I'm extremely accustomed to using the ImSim Talentos as they are my everyday pedals. For now, we'll see what I decide at the end of this test, while the SimoCubes are quite new to me even after the thorough tests for the review. If you like what you see, how about supporting us? A like and a comment to tell the almighty algorithm we are worth watching are a good start. Subscribing is even better, and what really helps us grow is you becoming a patron, as YouTube's income is tiny for us sim racing channels. Patrons get access to exclusive content and are involved in our decision. Help us grow with your support, help us keep spreading the joy of sim racing. Become a patron today. Well, Well, I just spent a week driving car and track combinations on the ImSims and getting better every day. At the end of this week, my best time at Road America in the IndyCar is 1:51.620 and 2:23.716 in the Super Trofeo at Spa. Let's see what next week brings on the Simulcubes. Here I am at the test rig. First thing is to load the profiles and test the different effects. After activating the pedals, that is, I'll put the motor vibration higher. Interesting how short Tony Kanaan sets the travel of the brake pedal. This is extremely short compared to the Super Trofeo. Alright, end of day one practice and let's compare times. My best time on the IndyCar on the Talentos was 1:51.620. After the first day on the Simulcubes I made... what? 1:5300? Over a second faster while I'm still getting accustomed to the feel? Okay, let's check out the time on the Super Trofeo. On my standard rig I made 2:23.716. With the Simulcubes it was 2:22.700. Again over 1 second better. I wonder how the rest of the week will be, but I think the question is answered already. As long as I stay consistently around those times, that is, but I see no reason why not. My week on the Simulcubes has ended and the result is clear. Even my worst time on the Simulcubes, 2:23.177, was better than my best time on the InSims, 2:23.716 on Spa. And the same happened with the IndyCar times, with 1:50.641 being my worst on the Simulcubes and 1:51.620 on the ImSims. It was quite surprising though that already on the first day with the Simulcubes I was able to be faster. My thinking is that the way the active pros transmit the information of what is happening as well as the immersion through effects like the motor vibration allowed me to find the limit of the cars better. I know for sure that I was braking differently with the Simulcubes, as those were giving me better information on where the limits of the cars are. In any case, these are the results of our testing, which surprised me especially because there's over 2 seconds of difference with the IndyCar and still over 1 second difference with the Super Trofeo. I expected to be better on the active pedals because of their flexibility and the feedback they give, but I was expecting something like 0.3 of a second or similar. Never expected to shave seconds of my times. Go figure. This was an interesting experiment and I may start measuring pedals by the times I can set on Spa and Road America from now on, just to have one more data point I can give you when reviewing pedals. Ike may be right and sim racing is becoming pay to win when it comes to hardware.